Shalimar, Shalimar. Oh, I owe this review to all the fall and winters I've used it. And isn't it gorgeous? Let's start with packaging. I hope it's gonna focus. Yes. Look at it. It is inspired by the urn. Actually, the whole story behind this fragrance is inspired by this history from India, from the Mughal history. It's the huge inspiration from love between Mumtaz Mahal and Shah Jahan. And I don't want to concentrate too much on the packaging. I just want to show it to you how gorgeous it is. And yeah, Guerlain did it perfectly. You can read all about the inspiration and the legend of this fragrance on the internet on Fragrantica. I really encourage that, but I want to concentrate more on how it smells. First of all, I should say that this is a fragrance that is almost as old as Chanel number 5. So of course it's gonna smell old-fashioned. That's why not everybody's gonna like it, and actually probably less people are gonna like it than they won't. I don't know if it's even a correct sentence. Yeah, it's a classic. It is very well known fragrance. Sorry, I have a problem with the focus in here, so maybe I won't move the camera that much. It's a very popular fragrance in the West because, as I told you, it's almost 100 years on the market, and it's somebody's in a family signature scent up there in their families for sure. Here in Poland, there's no big tradition of fragrance and perfumes. If grandmothers of my generation used perfumes, that's a huge win, but I don't think that that generation used a lot of fragrance. Maybe Pani Walewska, maybe Przemysławka, but I don't think they used a lot of fragrance back then. My mother never used this scent, and actually, it's not her cup of tea at all. She even says that it smells kind of old fashioned. But what does it smell like? Oh, supposedly it's the first Oriental fragrance. What is Oriental fragrance? Actually, it's not very precise, I think, because some Oriental fragrances called Oriental contain vanilla, as this one. Some of them contain oud, some of them contain sandalwood. And actually, I don't think it's particularly about the ingredients, it's more about the mood. Like, it feels very oriental, kind of heavy. Maybe this is the synonym heavy, it means oriental. I don't want to be too clever and creative about it because I truly don't know. But this fragrance, Shalimar, is supposedly the first Oriental fragrance that has ever been created. So, what does it smell like? To me, it smells like creme brulee. Long story short, it is like the sophisticated dessert. It smells expensive. It's you can smell the vanilla. It's very prominent, but it's not. I don't know, like vanilla pudding, patisserie kind of vanilla. It's more like vanilla bourbon or like this vanilla stick. It's very rich and dense smelling, First of all, in a head notes, you can smell the lemon. So plus it has like this leather accent, but it doesn't smell at all like the leather jacket or a wallet. No, not at all. Actually, it smells more animalic, but I'm saying animalic. If you know what uh, animalic notes smell like, it smells animalic, but it doesn't smell stinky. It smells rather like the fresh leather. It smells more like the leather factories. I don't know if factory is the right word. The place when the leather is made. It smells more like this place, but not directly. It's so hard to describe this leather note to me, but to sum up this review, I want to make it short. It's a lovely scent. Sometimes, it depends on the weather and the place you use it in, if the place is big or small. Sometimes you can smell this vanilla sweet notes, but then it becomes very powdery, sometimes even chalky. Sometimes it becomes very soapy. My mother said that my grandma put this American soap in between, like the duvets, towels in her dresser, and she said, "Well, you know what? Like, Shalimar smells a little bit like this soap that she put in between." My mother said that to me, that my grandma put in between the towels, and when she said that, I said, "Yes, like definitely." I guess it was like the lavender soap, because the soaps that I got from Miss Agata Vasilenko that I mentioned in my previous videos, they have this similar note. It's so hard to describe, but what I want to tell you, I could talk a lot about this fragrance because I started using it when I was living in Warsaw 2 years ago for 2 years. It wasn't my best time in my life, but oh yeah, I found a friend in Shalimar that I really needed. So I always treat this fragrance as not my scent, but the scent of a very gentle, warm friend that always wishes me well. So I don't always use it that often during the day. Sometimes I just go back home from work and I use it just for simple enjoyment. And that's what I did today, and that's why I decided to make a review for you. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm pretty sure I haven't said everything about this fragrance. As I said, I do not expect you to be a fan of it, but at least give it a go. Like, you can't lose anything. It's available in Sephora and Douglas for sure. So you can go there and smell the lovely, 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 lovely Shalimar by Guerlain, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna take you for a journey, but give it a few tries, like maybe try once and then go back to it after a while, because this is the fragrance that is really worth attention. And I think that, especially, I encourage everybody, men and women, but I think that men should really pay attention to this fragrance, because it's probably more interesting fragrance than most of the fragrances marketed towards men, and actually probably towards women as well. It's kind of old-fashioned, but definitely it's very deep and mysterious, and um, it's a different history that it's such a pleasure to be a part of. So that was my review. I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe to my channel and follow me on Instagram. It's @_Byzantine. And see you next time. Kisses. Bye.